So here we go. Big day for both clubs. And it's going to be the Dogs who are away early on. First kick goes down towards the forward line from Crozier. Wider towards Lipinski. Lipinski's under pressure. He loses the footy. Thomas tries to get clear. Gets the hand pass over the top towards Lobe. He gets another one towards Wiedering. Players. No one clean. Waiting down at the front. An opportunity if they can get it out. Lamb is asking the question because he's given away the free kick. And McRae is going to have a shot. He's going short. Very short. And finds McLean.
Well, he'd already had to pull the trigger on it straight away and get it to the open side.
One of just two players to have played every game for the Dogs, Johannesson being the other. He has kicked the goal, his 11th of the season, and the Dogs first for the day.
Down anyway, play on. Mitch Wallace, who's playing for his career as well at the moment. Where it is, who knows, but he's a great young player coming back from that horrific knee, broken leg, and that's a good tackle, and that should be a free kick to the Dogs.
Yeah.
It is. That's when you talk about the fumble, Roo, when you got Wiedering who double grabbed that ball.
30 metres out this season. Make that 15 from 23 because he missed one a little bit earlier. But this time he puts it straight through the middle. He's got the radar working. And the Dogs hit the front.
Positioning was perfect. He read the play and just that two grabs. That's enough to cost you. Teams are so good at applying pressure. It's such a...
Swings around now onto the left, goes up towards Lobe territory. Eastonwood, that's the Eastonwood we know. High-flying defender goes in towards the... Has McRae, Hunter's running. Here he goes. Little left foot pass is always good.
He ran 150 metres there, Lockie Hunter, to get that handball, and then, as we said...
Roughhead plays on, Moons. That's okay. Lin Jong takes the mark. Playing, this is his 10th game for the season. 5 goals to his name. Good-looking kick off the boot, and he makes no mistake. Lin Jong gets his first, and the Dogs stay with the blue.
So Carlton get the ball out of the centre. That's a good centre break. Oh, look at that, just magnificent defence. The Dogs are just reading the ball coming out of the centre so well. Hunter again. Handballs across. Crozier, who just showed so much intent a moment ago.
He said...
Dogs. 6 minutes to go in this quarter. You can just get a bit of a feel it's going to crack open this game. Lipinski gets it out. John's kick is a beauty, and right on cue. There it is, cracking open, and Trengove gets the mark. No 50. Calder Cannon's under 18. 27 years of age, so right in the prime of his career. He comes in and kicks, and makes no mistake. 2 in a row to the Dogs.
This has been the quarter where the Dogs have run riot. 8 goals against St Kilda, 8 goals against North Melbourne in the third quarter, and they've got a chance through Wallace. His dad was a fine player. Mitch has only missed 4 games this year, but he's kicked 18 goals, 3. He's one of the more accurate players in the competition, and that is why Wallace gets the first goal of the third term, his first for the day and his 19th for the season.
Centre break at that opening bounce. Now they do, off the ground. Goes the skipper, Mark Murphy. Oh, crashing through right, has absolutely cleaned up his Bulldogs opponent. We'll come back to that in a moment.
On every week, Lin Jong. There's always something going on. I know he attacks the contest really hard and puts his body on the line, but every week something's happening to Lin Jong.
Let's have another look at this one again as he comes in for the ball there. Yeah, both going hard at the ball.
Yep,
well done by both players.
Down.
Second time, did well to get it out. Lobe's kick is up towards again.
Wow.
And that's the test. That's the test for a player. When you've been rattled, you're not quite sure if you're going to be okay. Now, they're clearly assessing it there on the bench, whether there was any sort of a concussion involved.
A little more in the second half as he finds Cripps, who goes inside 50. Mackay's at the back, couldn't take the mark, and well done by Norton.
2 examples in a row of playing in front when you're a big fella. The smaller defender outside, they are under pressure to...
Well, sometimes it's not always the really big blokes.
Or they just become a stepladder and you jump over the top of them.
Too kind. Lynch couldn't take it cleanly. Well done by Paulson. They go out wide. Big fly from the back. And that's his trademark, Eastonwood.
Underrated defender in the game.
Yeah, certainly not internally amongst opposition clubs and teams, because he's just the ultimate competitor.
251 games. Lipinski slams it on the boot right to the spot. He's got some tricks, Lipinski. That's got to be 50.
Hunter.
It was not 50. They're not 50.
Well, not sure, Ed.
I think that's the rule they've looked at this week.
Okay.
We might cut them out.
So Hunter comes in, who doesn't miss, and he puts the Doggies back in front by 4 points. Lockie Hunter having a wonderful afternoon.
Longer, long and direct, the way to go. Big fist down. Wallace couldn't take it cleanly. Roughhead's claim, dropped the footy. Could have been pinged. Dunkley gets a hurried left footer in towards the forward line. And the mark is taken. Carlton fans and players green to restore order and put the Dogs back in front. 35 out, not a problem for the young man. Fergus gets his first, and the Dogs are back in front. Shepherding sees him clear, so he goes long, up towards the half-forward line. Lin Jong was there, but I think there was infringement on Shaki, and he's going to get the free kick.
Wiedering just took him out before the ball had arrived. This is
Big summer, I think, to take the next step in his game.
Playing his 12th game for the season. He's kicking from 48 metres. The drop punt on its way is good. Shaki gets his first, and that is a big moment for that young man.
a little bit clumsy in the end from Jacob Wiedering. Interesting matchup, that one. If you had have spoke about that prior to their draft year.
So Carlton had to fight back here. They've played well, but the Dogs are just starting to go, oh, that's a free kick. And great play there. Lin Jong put his head over the ball. He's copped a couple of knocks today. That was courageous football. Well done. Someone's gone down behind play here. Free kick.
Against Lamb.
It's Bontempelli, and that's 50. That's a 50 too.
Well, it should be 50 as well, I agree, Ed, and they're not playing that one either, where the opposition kicked the ball away. Bont's not well at all here. He's very struggling even to get up with that sore hip already, because I think the free kick was in between where Lin Jong was having the shot.
So Lin Jong from 15 metres out to make it 3 in a row for the first time today. And he does, and now the decisive break comes through for the Western Bulldogs. There we go.
Look, he's got a lot of tape on that back, Bontempelli.
Oh,
you can see
it's under the ribs.
You can see there that he's obviously hurting back there at somewhere there, because that's not a hard hit, but you can see the grimace on his face.
The first one, not the second one.
So Thomas has the free kick.
It's always the second bloke to get caught at.
It is. Right, exactly.
The retaliator.
So someone's trying to Powerade bottle at Daisy.
Really?
Stupid.
Yeah, see.
And the security's on board.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got him. Someone's going to miss the closing stages of the game.
Dangerous kick. Good play there by Trengrove, rather. To Ed Richards. Beautiful. Looping run. Here it comes. Marcus Bontempelli. Over he goes to McRae. Little chip kick. Johannesson. Game over. Doggies are home. Well played. They've kicked the last 4. And Johannesson kicks his first for the afternoon.
It was a brave kick from De Koning to bring the ball back inside, but they needed to do that. They needed to try something proactive. The Blues still needing to score 3 goals. Couldn't.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, down to the last couple, and that'll see us out. Well done to the Doggies. They've won 3 on the trot, and well done to Carlton for fighting it out. On the positive side of things, career best disposals to Marcus Bontempelli, who played under duress for most of the game and finished with 37 disposals, 22 kicks, 15 handballs. And the other player who had a career best was Josh Dunkley, 36 disposals, 13 kicks, 23 handballs. But the twos with Marcus Bontempelli, who under duress today had a career high 37 disposals.
Yeah, 37 disposals for a guy who looks very sore. How you feeling, mate?
Mate, I am sore. They brought it, Carlton, and we fully expected that. But we just probably felt like if we continued to keep doing our thing around the ball, that eventually we'd get in front. So probably wasn't the prettiest of games, but another win for us, which is really great.
You took a couple of big hits. The hip looks sore, the back looks sore. Is that about all it was?
Yeah, the back was giving me a bit of dramas in the week, and we did our best to get me mostly, I guess, mobile throughout the game, but I copped a couple of sweet ones right in the spot, so that's just the game sometimes.
What about this game? What about this team at the moment? You won 3 in a row now. You must be thinking, where was this at the start of the year?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm also pretty pumped for the group after what's been a pretty trying year, and we haven't always been able to produce our best, which is pretty clear. But for this young, maturing group to just learn how to play together, build that chemistry, it's really working for us. So hope that we can continue again next week.
Really liking the fact that Josh Dunkley has moved into that midfield over the last few weeks.
He's given us some great hardness and vigour. He was challenged a little bit earlier on in the year, and he went to work, and that's what we love about our young blokes. They're willing to work in and put the time in away from probably game day, and he's really starting to reap the rewards, so I'm really pumped for Josh.
What about next week? Huge game against Richmond MCG. Be great to finish the year off 4 in a row and beating the remaining premiers.
It would be, obviously in really good nick going into the final, so I doubt they'll be looking for a slip up, but we'll do everything we can to challenge them the best way the doggies can.
How's that back, by the way, to get a little knock in there?
I'm going to need some ice, man. Going to need 6 days, I guess we got, so hopefully it's quick.
Good on you, Mark.